Hello, 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 beloved souls. It's Twin Flame Tuesday, so let's see what's going on. We just had a beautiful, beautiful full moon in Capricorn. Really powerful energies that we were definitely feeling before the full was at its fullness, and we're still feeling right now. Right? There's a little like a little bit of a hangover, full moon hangover going on. Um, but really just supporting us and releasing. I know for many of you in the Twin Flame Collective, a lot of you are realizing that people that you thought were your twin flames are not, right? And that's a hard thing, right? It's a jagged pill to swallow to like have all your energies in alignment with this divine union just for this person to end up being a soul teacher, right? But that's the gift of having a soul teacher because they help trigger us and help propel us towards our own inner healing and self-love so that we are in our at our highest and greatest good, right? We're coming into the fullness of who we are. We're stepping into the true divinity of who we were created to be, and we're releasing the things that are no longer serving us. And soul teachers can help guide us and give us lessons that our twin couldn't, right? Your twin isn't going to be like violent and narcissistic and toxic per se, right? They're not going to be doing these things that are just dragging you down vibrationally. They're not going to be trying to drain your energy, right? They're not putting holes in your cup. They might trigger us because their reflections, they can reflect back to us the things in which we haven't dealt with or haven't healed, whether it's personally or the things that we're trying to do within our lineage or generation, but they're not here to harm or hurt us, right? A divine union, a divine counterpart is not going to have God send you somebody that's going to be beating on you. It's not going to have God sending you someone that's going to like steal all your money, or it's not going to have God sending you someone that is going to have you um living without integrity, right? Like that's just not what it is. So if that's what you're being guided to do, then that's false, right? So you just need to be aware of that. So a lot of that energy has been coming up. We still have Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, and that's all about the community and friendships and social circles. So we're being shown where we're supported within our tribe, right? Within our environment. And for again, especially for the Twin Flame Collective, as many of us heal and ascend and grow and go higher and go wider, right? Things are falling off, and some of those things are going to be family and friends. You're just not going to be in alignment with them anymore. Not to say that you will never be in alignment with them at a later point, but right now, where you're at and where they're at are just two different levels, and sometimes we got to grow apart in order to grow back together. So I was interested to see what this week had for the Twin Flame Collective as the energies have kind of subsided a little bit, right? It's kind of like a little bit of a breath before we hit into the next new moon. And we're still gearing up towards the 8-8 portal, right? So I feel like we're in a little bit of a lull because that Syrian gateway that opened on 7-7 portal really rocked a lot of us, right? And then we had the new moon and we had the full moon. It's just been like bang, bang, bang. So I feel like we're getting a couple of days to just rest, a couple of days to just catch our breath. It's almost like say you're in the ocean, right? You got some big waves coming, right? You're having fun, you're body surfing, you're doing all this stuff, but then like the waves are coming back to back to back. So right now it's like you just got hit by a wave, you got knocked down, you shake it off, you stand up, you're catching your breath, right? And it's like a lull, like the water is pulling out of again. It's giving you a moment to clear your eyes, right? To get the water out of your eyes, to catch your breath, to kind of get your footing together so that when the next wave comes, it doesn't knock you down, right? It's that kind of energy. So just know that the water is coming out, and there's another there's another wave coming. I wish I could say that's not a thing, but there's another wave coming. So just be grounded and energetically prepare for it. So I love you, my beautiful Twin Flame Collective. I know so many of you are doing some really deep healing, really deep work, really pushing yourselves to just be the best version that you can be so that you're on your highest and greatest timeline, right? And as you heal, your twin heals. As you heal, the collective heals, right? Every time a twin flame is activated and is high vibrational, standing in their light, standing in their truth, they're emanating that energy out, and it's a ripple effect for the collective, right? So enjoy it. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy it. Step into it. Flow with it. Embrace it. So, my beautiful twin flames, let's see what the romance angels have to say. And then the unicorns came in this week with a message for everyone. So let's see what they got to say for you. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Here at the Twin Flame Collective, what are the messages that they need to hear right now? What do the twin flames need to know right now? Da, da, da. Right. One, patience is required at this time. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Two cards fell out actually. And stay optimistic about your love life. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So, my beautiful, beautiful twin flames, for those of you who have yet to meet your divine counterpart, this is just reminding you to hold space for them, right? It's not so much about focusing on the person, right? Whoever this person is that you've kind of placed in this category. It's about focusing on the energy, right? Focusing the energy on what is it that you're calling in for a divine counterpart, right? What does union, divine union look like to you, right? Those are the things that you're holding on to. It's like putting an address into the GPS, right? Like you know where you're going, you know what the end result is, but on the way things, you guys see that? It's like a little angel feather. I'm sorry. I love you angels. Thank you. Um it's the angel bumps. I love them so much. It's like putting an address in on a GPS, right? So as you're driving and as you're en route, right, maybe things change, right? Maybe there's a detour and you got to go back or you got to take another route, right? Are you just going to give up and just be like, all right, well, fuck it, I can't get there because there's a detour. I might as well go back to where I was. No, like the end game is the end goal, the end game, right? The end goal is the end goal. Like you're still on your route. It just might take you a different way. You might need a little bit more patience to get there, right? Patience was definitely one of the energies that came up. So, understand, like just holding that in your mind's eye, right? Holding what you want union to look like in your mind's eye, not holding on to the person. Like I say this so much to people, especially in my tribe and people that come to me, like stop worrying about what that person is doing. What do you want divine union to look like, right? What is your divine counterpart supposed to feel like energetically? What are they bringing to the table? What are you in alignment with? Because can't really ask for something that you're not willing to show up and give either, right? If you're looking for someone that's going to see you and hear you and understand you and be in resonance with you, are you the person that is seeing and hearing others, right? Are you giving them that space? Are you the person that you're calling in, right? Twin flame, right? You're calling in your divine counterpart. So are you in alignment with your own self truth, your own love? That is really important right now. And then also for those of you that have met your twin and maybe you're in like separation right now, or sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages. All right, for those of you that have met your divine counterpart and the person that you think is your divine counterpart, this is about not coming into the space with the baggage from the past. And I know that is a lot easier said than done. I know that's a lot easier said than done, right? Like we get heartbroken, we get hurt, and then something happens that triggers us, right? And automatically we got start spiraling and being like, oh, I'm not going to do that again, or you're just like this person, you're just like that person, right? But what are these triggers teaching us, right? That we're not healed, right? Oh, you remind me of my dad. You remind me of my mom. You're just like my ex. Are they? Or is this a situation that you haven't really dealt with in the past that needs a little bit more healing, needs a little bit more attention, and it's coming out right now for you to deal with it once and for all, right? So there's that energy, and there's also the energy of you may have been hurt in the past, right? You may have gotten your heart broken. I was joking with one of my girlfriends about this recently because it's like a man will get his heart broken one time, and then every woman is a piece of shit for the rest of the life, until the end of time. Whereas women were like, we get our heart broken as teenagers, we get our heart broken as young adults, we get our heart broken as middle adults, we get our heart broken in middle age. Like we go through layers and layers and layers of like opening our heart, opening space, and allowing people to come in and still getting hurt, right? But still showing up for the next one and being like, all right, well, let me try it again. Let me try it again. We got like the whole um was it Edison or Einstein? I was like, I didn't figure out like 999 ways it didn't work. Like that I failed. It was like 999 ways that it's not working. So let me just keep going until I get to the way that does work. Right. So there's that energy as well. So it's about knowing that you're safe and protected in this union, and to go into your union, right? With that knowing, go into your union with that understanding that it's safe for you to open your heart. It's safe for you to allow yourself to be seen. It's safe for you to allow yourself to be heard. It is in your vulnerability and your authenticity that your light is its most vibrant. It is in your authenticity and your vulnerability that you're actually seen and appreciated in this world. You don't need to walk around being fake. You don't need to put on a show for anybody, and it doesn't need to make sense to anyone but you. This is your path. This is your your soul contract. This is the stuff that you're living out, right? It has to make sense to you and your soul. When you're not in alignment with your soul and your goals, things start to kind of fall apart, right? We start to like things just start to fall apart. A lot often it shows up as like dis-ease or illnesses in our body when we're just fighting the messages that are coming in for us, right? So really opening your heart at this time, really focusing on the big picture at this time, just really knowing that you are loved by the Most High God and that you're a reflection of love here on this earth, right? Here in this 3D realm, and showing up in love, right? Showing up in the fullness of love. And it doesn't mean that you're showing up in the fullness of love only because you have a divine partner. It means you're showing up in the fullness of love because you realize that you love yourself because you are loved and you are worthy of love, right? And from that space, from that aligned space of I am love, I am worthy of love, I am deserving of love, and I'm willing to love, that is when we start to come into alignment with all we truly are. That is when we start to come into alignment with the fullness and the deliciousness of who and what we really are. That is when union becomes imminent, right? Let's see. Do you have anything else to tell the Twin Flame Collective right now from this beautiful deck, my angels and guides? Ooh, there we go. Wedding. The situation involves marriage. So for some of you, this is where we're headed, right? This is kind of like the end game, right? In the GPS. Like we want the big picture. We want the higher commitment. Wedding could technically be marriage, but it's also just a higher commitment, right? You guys are going a little bit deeper. Maybe you're going from just like hanging out once in a while and like swiping left on Tinder to like making like a physical date, right? Like having a physical date, or maybe you're dating, you decide to move in together, or maybe you've gotten engaged and you are actually going to get married, right? There's so many levels to it, but it's about deepening your commitment to each other and deepening your commitment to yourself and to your own healing. Really feel that. And for those of you where maybe your divine counterpart is in a marriage situation or in a committed relationship, understanding that that takes time to dissolve, right? And so, as frustrating as it can be when you're by yourself and you might say that they're with somebody else and you know they might be on the gram doing it looking all lovey-dovey, but it's easy to fake a photo, right? It's definitely easy to fake a photo. This is about understanding that they need time to move away, and you want them to do it the right way, right? Do you want to be with someone who would just kind of just turn their back on any and everything that mattered and drop it for you? No, because then when any and everything matters when they're with you, are they going to do the same thing to you, right? That's always going to be in the back of your mind. So you want them to come to you when they're kind of clean and cleared and healed and in alignment with their own truth, right? Again, it takes time for these things to dissolve, right? So where are you at energetically on your own path will show how you're receiving these energies, right? Are you forcing something because your pride and ego says, well, this is what I need right now. If they don't do it, I don't want it? Or are you willing to step back and be like, you know what? I'm going to love on myself right now. I'm going to take some time for me. I need to heal. I need to grow. If they're not ready, I don't even want to be with them right now because I deserve to be with someone who's going to be able to show up for me. I deserve to be with someone who's going to pour into me like I'm pouring into them. All right. So there's a lot of that deliciousness coming on. A lot of it, a lot of it, a lot of it. Deep, deep levels of commitment, of opening our heart chakra, of deepening our levels of love, right? Within ourselves, to ourselves, and that then reflects out. Cannot stress that enough. It's about twin flame is about self love first and foremost. I say that all the time, and I'm not going to stop saying it because at the end of the day, this is about you loving you. You cannot give to someone what you do not have. So until you learn to love yourself fully, how are you going to be out here talking about I love you to this one and that one and that one? How can you expect commitment to someone when you're not even committed to your own self? You're not committed to your own healing. You're not committed to your own path. You're not committed to your own self worth and deservingness. Like you're expecting this externally, and that's when we start pushing it. It's like, oh, like they're gonna make me happy. They're gonna do this for me. That no, no, you have to do. Y'all know I get like spirit animal, mad stuff shows up for me. So as I'm speaking to you, I just see the shadow go in front of me, which I was fine. But then the shadow came back. So I looked up, and it's one of my freaking ravens coming by to say hi. I love you, baby. So that's another message for some of you if you resonate with the ravens. They're messengers, psychic messages, dreams, all types of deliciousness going on there. But if you're not willing to show up for you in the fullness of who you are and to be your very best self, how could you possibly expect it from someone else? How dare you put it out there in anticipation for someone else to do it when you're not willing to do it for yourself, right? You need to love yourself. You need to be in love with yourself on this journey in order for yourself to be into divine union. And I'm not saying that you're going to be fully healed and they're going to be fully healed before you guys come into union. That's a crap, blah, blah. It's a load of shit. It's not going to happen, right? I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. It's happening for some people. But for the most part, no. It's okay that it's the awareness that you need to have, right? The awareness that I'm still on my path of healing, they're still on their path of healing, but I know that's my person, and they know that I'm their person, and we're gonna figure it out together. It doesn't matter that they're still dealing with mommy issues. It doesn't matter he's still dealing with daddy issues. That we're still trying to clean up generational curses. Like we understand that there's still work to do, and sometimes I need minutes to myself to go figure shit out. Sometimes they need a minute to themselves to go figure it out. But I know that's my person, and I'm gonna show up for them, right? So there's that. There's those unions, but you have to show up. You have to participate, right? Keeping our vibration high, remembering that we're safeguarded and protected at all times, and having a deeper level of commitment to ourselves, which thus ripples out everywhere, right? It ripples out to our tribe, it ripples out to our union. As we heal, our divine counterpart heals. So at no point do you actually need to be focusing your energies on them, because as you're doing your own self work, it's your vibration is just shutting it out. You're doing it. You're literally already doing it. Bottom of the deck very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. This is like the GPS thing, right? Being optimistic, right? The messages are clear. It's open your heart. We have a lot of heart chakra activations going on in the collective, right? Open your heart. Be optimistic. Put it out in the universe that you're ready for something amazing, something delicious. Ask the Holy Spirit to show you the blind spots where maybe you're shortchanging yourself so that you are ready for this divine union, so that you are showing up as your greatest and best self, so that you can be on your highest and greatest timeline. You understand? I hope you do. You're so loved and so valued and so needed on this planet, right? You came here as a twin flame to not only activate the collective, but also to activate your own soul, right? You came here to search, to not even search, to expand your heart, to finish out your soul contracts, to learn some really delicious lessons, and to have this really expansive, divine, deep love, right? That's so powerful, so transformative that it's literally changing the planet as we speak. That's what you came here for. But it all starts with loving yourself first. And if you're not loving yourself, if you're not making an effort to love yourself, if you're not showing up for yourself, then you're delaying the process and you're delaying the union and you're throwing your GPS off. It's like you keep putting in different addresses and it keeps being like, make a left, make a right, make a left. Like it doesn't even know what to do because you keep changing your mind. Pick a location and get going. And just because you started heading there doesn't mean you have to stay there, right? We are not trees. We are people. You can get up and go. Thank you. All right, unicorn. What do you have for the Twin Flame Collective? Beautiful unicorns. What do the Twin Flames need to know right now? Okay, that was one urgent message. Flew over my shoulder. Pure intention. Find clarity. Surrender your ego. I just thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. I love when they just mic drop it on me and they're just like, in case you guys didn't hear, let's get it clear. Let's get clear. Find clarity, right? Be clear about your destination, right? Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Clarity, 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 clarity. What do you want? What does divine union look like for you? Right? What does your happily ever after look like for you? What does your dream career or business feel like, right? What does your dream home look like? Like, Start really envisioning these things and allowing the universe to bring them to you, right? You deserve a love that is intimate and passionate and deep. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be valued. But that starts with doing it to yourself first and foremost, right? It starts with showing up for yourself first and foremost. That is where we're at. It's a beautiful thing. So be really, really clear, my beautiful twin flames, about what you're looking for in your divine union. For those of you who haven't met, having this clarity on what union is going to look like and what it feels like, and getting yourself in preparation for that is going to help get you into alignment. For those of you that have met, whether you're together or in separation right now, again, it actually doesn't even matter where you're at on the journey. Even if you're together, clear. Open your hearts, get clear about your goals and intentions, and move forward. Let go of the things that are no longer serving you. That is why we've had these major energies coming with this Capricorn full moon. Letting it go, letting go of what the ego says our relationship should look like, and stepping into the fullness of what our heart knows it should feel like. Bottom of the deck, they're showing off. Enlightenment. Look from the highest perspective. See the divine in everyone. This is a soul game, right? This is an eternal soul game. There are many twins coming into union in the collective right now, right? They're being activated all over the globe. It's like if you look at it like a little, if you look at a globe, and it's like all dark, you'll start to see like little pillars of light like lighting up across the globe, right? It's like it's a beautiful thing you're starting to see. And as every area has one little, what looks like one little light going off, that little light is lighting up a huge area, right? For every person that's in alignment with the divine, they are more powerful than a million that are not. You can literally change the vibe of everything around you, right? So we're when we're doing this, when we're activating, when we're showing up in the world, when we're recognizing the divinity in everything and everyone, we're moving a little differently, right? It's trying to find clear words to say this. When you're looking at things from a higher perspective, you're taking your ego out of the game, right? Ego has to stay low vibrational. Ego has to pull you back from love or any. Ego is all fear based, right? And so we're not living our lives based on fear anymore. We're living our lives based on love. And it starts with understanding that we are completely loved by the Most High God, and then understanding that we are love in itself and showing up for yourself, really, really, really showing up for yourself in the greatest way possible, and allowing that to be how you show up in the world. You're looking at things differently now because you're at a different vibration now, right? You're optimistic. Optimism is a high vibrational energy, right? Love is a high vibrational energy. Clarity is a high vibrational energy. So raise your vibration, like get really grounded in yourself, and then raise your vibration. And again, get clear on what union is looking like. Don't pinpoint people. I don't even care if you're in union right now. Don't worry about your divine counterpart. Worry about getting in alignment with yourself and your soul, and loving yourself and showing up in yourself, and allowing that to radiate out around you. All right? Are there any other messages for them? I think I am complete. I just saw 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if that means anything. All right, I'm gonna try. No, yes or no, guys? What are we doing? I was supposed to show you this. I apologize. See this little dove here? So it's like a peace dove, right? This is when the Holy, and I just said to call upon the Holy Spirit to show you your blind spots. This is blind spots. When Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, it said that the Holy Spirit came down like a dove, right? This is the Holy Spirit showing up in your reading to let you know to call upon the Holy Spirit for guidance and assistance, right? I was having a really hard time when I met someone who I thought was my divine counterpart. Who was a karmic teacher actually, but I was having a really hard time just understanding why I was playing these relationship patterns out. Why I was like repeating these cycles. Like I'm like, where am I getting this from? Because I didn't teach this shit to myself, right? And so I said, "Come, Holy Spirit, come! Like show me in my life where I got this from, because it's throwing me off, and I don't want to live my life with this low vibrational energy kind of like binding me. You know, it was kind of like like having a ball and chain on your ankle. Like no matter how far you go or what you're doing, it's always this weight pulling me back, right? And so the Holy Spirit showed me very clearly, a scene with my mother and one of her lovers and how she was interacting with me in that moment. And it was mind blowing to me. It was mind blowing to me to see in that moment where I picked up the abandonment, where I picked up the breadcrumbs, where I picked up the less than enough deservingness in relationships, right? Like very clearly in that moment. And it was mind blowing to me. But it was also very healing and very therapeutic for me because when we have an awareness of something, we can make big shifts. The hardest thing with me is always like how do you fix something you don't know is broken, right? How do you know what to heal when you don't know what to look for, right? It's so easy when people are like, look for your blocks. So where are you, where are your blocks? You need to overcome these blocks, overcome these blocks. It's like, what blocks? Where are the blocks coming from? What is the block? Right? I don't know. I just know that I'm doing this and it's not working and I don't know how to fix it, right? And so that's when I have to start going deeper, right? Going deeper within myself. I'm calling upon the Holy Spirit, calling upon my team of light, angels, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, spirit guides, spirit animals, my galactic star family, the Holy Spirit, like all the beings of the purest light and the highest vibration. Like, come help me to be the best version of myself. Like, help me help myself because I'm losing my mind over here, right? Like I'm tired of unhealthy relationships. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of trying to figure it out. I'm tired of showing up for people all the time and not having them show up for me. Like it was like painful. A lot of this, I suggest if you can journal it out, right? Let the stuff get out of your body, right? Like literally journal it out and get it out of your body. Cry if you need to, scream if you need to, punch a wall, do what you got to do to get it out of your body. But after that awareness, I was like, boom, okay, I can make healthier choices, right? And I learned to set boundaries. And I learned to speak up a little bit more. And I learned where I was speaking up too much, right? And where I needed to just be quiet and be still. And I learned to make some shifts in some relationships. And not everyone is still here, right? Because many people are many people benefit from your suffering, right? Many people benefit from you playing small. Many people benefit from you not loving yourself, right? Because you're always showing up for them, then it's cool. But God forbid you should do something for yourself, then you're selfish. No, you're not selfish. It's only selfish because you're not thinking of their self first. That's how they're looking at it. That's how they're projecting it on you, right? So this is you coming in with crystal clear clarity and being like, I deserve to be loved. I am loved already by the Most High God, and I am a being of love, so I'm not going to accept anything less from you. So if you're not coming into my life, into my world with this beautiful love to offer me, because that's all you're going to get back from me, then you cannot be here. And it's no hard feelings. I'm going to love you from a distance, but some people can only be loved from a distance, right? It's the collective. There's over 7 billion people on this planet. I love every single one of them, but it doesn't mean I need to have a personal relationship with every single one of them. It doesn't mean I'm going to be answering the phone for every single one of them, but I can always and do every single day send love out to the entire collective. Cover this planet in a blanket of love. Cover this planet in a blanket of light. Cover this planet in a blanket of healing. I do a lot of work for the collective where people that look at me, look down on me, roll their eyes at me, and talk shit about me, and I don't care. And I will do it every day, and I will keep showing up because I know it's so much bigger than them, and I know on a soul's level that their soul is vibrating with me, their soul is loving it. A lot of people don't like your light because it upsets their demons. Just remember that. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Ooh, ascension flames, merge with light, ignite keys and codes. Just saw that under there. I don't know why that came to me, so just point it out because I saw it. Anyway, I love you. God love you. Angels surround you, and I'll see you guys soon. Later, beloveds.